Today we are exploring the North Shore of Oahu. We're going to hit up some movie sites, including the Valley from Jurassic Park, and we're going to then end our day at a luau.
Our first stop here on the North Shore is actually going to be a macadamia nut shop. We've kind of had a love affair with the macadamia nut since we got here, and we're looking forward to trying some samples and picking up a few. This part of Oahu is actually relatively agricultural, so they have a lot of fresh fruit. They're growing a lot of products here, and so we want to stop and take advantage of that.
Free coffee samples, Kona coffee, macadamia nut flavor. It's so good. Okay, so they had several samples of macadamia nuts here, and we grabbed one of each, and we're just gonna do a little macadamia nut flight. I believe these first ones here are just classic honey roasted, so that's what we're starting with. It's good. Macadamia nuts are good, so with nothing on them, they're good. And then these are coffee. Oh, it's good. It's a little sweet, but it has like the hint of coffee. We got some coffee inside. Macadamia nut Kona coffee is my new favorite thing.
So we're definitely going to pick up a bag of the macadamia nut flavor that we like the best. So I think it's probably going to be down between these two. This is a cinnamon covered macadamia nut. We haven't had this yet. It's like nature's cinnamon toast crunch right there. This one is a Maui onion. That's savory. It's gonna be a tough call, but I'm gonna let Madeline decide.
That was good. It was a lot like cinnamon toast crunch. It'd probably be really good in a cookie.
Like a snickerdoodle macadamia
Yeah, like
nut.
like a snickerdoodle with macadamia nuts. That's like what it is. That sounds like a thing I'm gonna make this Christmas. Never made a snickerdoodle in my life, but now I want one.
All right, we're now heading over to the ranch. Well, we have reached Kualoa Ranch, which we are also to say, welcome to Jurassic Park.
And about 1 million other movies that they filmed here that some of them I had never heard of, so.
But some of them we really like.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, we're just gonna go on a tour of the property. I'm not gonna do anything too crazy.
But you can like do
ATV and zip lines and that kind of stuff.
Fun, but we're just taking the bus tour today.
Wow.
Wild boar!
We are entering the bunker. It's a $20,000 model. Remember on Lost when we met the others?
Be like I'm seeing a dinosaur? Are you filming video or taking pictures? We are now entering Jurassic Park.
This is
Now
a
this
Jumanji
will
site
get
coming
filmed
up.
right here. To the right side is
This
our
is where they did the
Berkshire
dance
piece.
fighting. We've reached the Jurassic Park portion of the tour. Well, we're walking the ranch and in the valley. We're in the Kong Skull Island Boneyard. It's just really cool to just be in this valley. It's a very,
It feels familiar because
you've seen so many
we've
movies.
seen so many movies and they're like, oh, this is the hill from Jurassic Park. And it's like, it is. I
That's
can
it.
see it. That is it. We just ran away from the dinosaur while avoiding cow pies at the same time because this is an active farm and the cattle roam free here. So there's bones and Kahuku.
Skull Island bones.
But Skull Island Bones are very cool. I've actually never seen that movie and now I really want to watch it because I've lived it now. So we're gonna have to go home and watch that movie. That is one big pile of Jeff Goldblum.
Well, the visit to the ranch was fun. We're gonna keep rolling here to the North Shore. Bit of a bumpy road, but we're gonna go find some lunch. And as per usual, we're very hungry. Well, we're grabbing lunch here on the North Shore and we're at Giovanni's. It's a garlic shrimp truck and I absolutely love garlic shrimp. And I wish this was 4D because if you could smell the garlic, this video would be much more enjoyable for you. These things are loaded. I mean, absolutely loaded with garlic. And to the point that the scoops of rice are covered with their own garlic. And I don't really know what to say other than I don't think Madeline's gonna kiss me for a week after this. And I may not want to kiss her. All right, so let's go right in. Oh. That's pretty good. The shrimp is very fresh. Now, shrimp is not something that they catch in the waters off of Hawaii. They do have some farm-raised shrimp spots in Kauai. I don't know where they got this shrimp from, but it is fresh. It's just not from the ocean locally. That said, it really is kind of a tradition up and down the North Shore here to do these garlic shrimp spots. And we picked a good one. Look at that. Dripping with flavor.
Look at all this garlic. There's so much garlic. Yeah, we got the scampi, and then we got hot sauce on the side. We asked him if between the spicy and the hot, which we should get. He said neither. He said get the hot sauce on the side. So that makes me think it's pretty spicy. And I'll go without, and then I will try it after my first bite here. Ooh, a little bit of work getting it out. A little messy. That was good. The garlic flavor is just taking a hold of this little shrimp here. All right, we're gonna go for the spicy. Let's see. Ooh, no. Kind of has like a Louisiana hot sauce spice to it. That's what it reminds me of. Maybe it's just the shrimp, the garlic. Kind of feels like that to me. It also feels a little Italian. Kind of smells like, maybe it's the scampi. You put this on top of some pasta and it'd also be really delicious.
We do get to the rice.
But that's why we got the rice. We're just soaking up all the flavor, all the juices, all that goodness down on the bottom here. That's good. Right, all my rice has soaked up a lot of garlic juice goodness. It's really, really good. I am gonna probably be breathing fire for the rest of the day because it was a lot of garlic, but I like garlic. We finished up our 2 plates of shrimp here. It was absolutely delicious. Giovanni's was a great stop. It's a good thing we had a light lunch because we're gonna have a big dinner tonight over at a Luau.
In keeping with the theme of our morning, we're actually visiting another movie site right now. We're walking into Turtle Bay Resort, which is where Forgetting Sarah Marshall took place, which is one of our favorite movies. We did not book the Kapua suite. Only Oprah can do that. It's only for Oprah. Or Tom Hanks? She just says Oprah, right?
I remember her saying Oprah.
Oprah or the president or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what she said.
So if we see Sarah Marshall, we'll let you know. Hey, it's Sarah Marshall. Oh no, it's Madeline.
Yeah. It's I'm excited to come check this place out. It's from what I've seen in the movie, a very nice hotel.
So what I'm walking up to, I believe, is the yoga studio from Forgetting Sarah Marshall, where they all do yoga with Kristen Wiig. It's actually a wedding chapel, and the waves are huge back here. They're absolutely the biggest waves we've seen. Quite some rough seas. That's the buffet where Jason Segel eats. Forgetting Sarah Marshall. The movie tour continues. All right, it is time for our luau here on the Big Island of Oahu. Madeline is excited.
Great so far. The host name is Cousin Billy, and he's absolutely hilarious. They demonstrated how they cook everything, and then the one guy climbed up a climbed up the palm tree. So very entertaining so far. We're having a great time and looking forward to dinner. This is a huge plate of food. We have Kahlua pork, we have rice, we have fish, macaroni salad, the tomato, lomi tomato, and then there's also coconut cake for dessert, which I would like to just start with now, but I'll wait. This is chicken, it's not fish. I just didn't know what it was. But it's very good. Everything's really, really good. The Kahlua pork is very good too. And we're happy to have a salad because we love it whenever we get salad.
The luau's been great so far, and the show's about to start, so
We're having a great time.
Great luau experience. If you were in Oahu,
Toa Luau is the way to go because we had a great time. Our first luau ever and had an absolute blast. The food was great. The show was great. Cannot recommend it enough.
right now we are walking up to the Iolani Palace. It's actually the only royal palace in the United States. It's where the last king and queen of Hawaii lived, and it's a beautiful building, and we wanted to go check it out. It's also right downtown Honolulu, so if you're here, it's a pretty easy stop. It's right by the state capitol.
We just finished up our tour of the Iolani Palace. We learned a lot about the Hawaiian monarchy and got to explore the throne room and the dining room. A lot of the rooms have been, reconstructed as they were in the time that they were built, and we had a great time. Now we're gonna keep on exploring the Honolulu area here. Got some other things planned.
Well, another thing Madeline and I really like to do when we're in capital cities, and Honolulu happens to be a capital, is to visit the state capitol.
Yeah, if you've noticed in a lot of our other videos, we do seem to end up at state capitals quite often.
So we're here in Hawaii, in Honolulu, and we're just gonna take a quick peek at their capitol building, and it's a little bit more modern building. Of course, it was the last capitol building that was to be built in the United States.
Yeah, we were just recently in New England, and this is a stark difference between Capitol buildings out that way.
Yeah.
Very different.
But they have an open air atrium, and it's actually pretty cool.
We are driving along the southeast coast of Oahu and exploring a bunch of different spots along the way, but our main goal today is snorkeling in Hanauma Bay. So it's a beautiful day. We're driving up the southeast side. This is Coco Head Crater behind me. Adam's talking about maybe hiking up the side of that, but I don't think that's gonna happen today. We'll see. We'll see if that comes together. But yeah, we're exploring sites along the way as we head up to Hanauma Bay. Okay, so we are at Hanauma Bay Nature Preserve. We're here to do some snorkeling. It's supposed to be one of the best places in Oahu to snorkel. Some things to keep in mind if you are planning to come here. You have to reserve your time slot 2 days prior, and they open reservations at 7 a.m. So you have to, again, be prepared ahead of time for when you want to come. Also, it is a $25 admission fee per person into the park and $3 for parking, which that's not bad. When you get here, you watch a short video. It's about 10 minutes, just about safety of the reef and swimming safety, snorkeling safety, and then it's time to head down. So we are about to, there's a tram behind me, you can see it. But we're about to head down to the beach and get snorkeling.
Well, snorkeling out here is really a fun experience. You're in this crater. So the water is a little rougher than you think it would be by looking at it, but it's not too bad. And then it's very clear. You can see your toes from, a 5 or 6 foot depth very easily. Teal blue water. And the fish out here are the biggest fish we've seen when we snorkel. They're very colorful, so I've enjoyed finding these fish and having a really good time. Well, a terrific time had by Adam and Madeline.
Yeah, beautiful water, really clear. We saw so many fish, and just a great day. Really beautiful area.
So after swimming a bunch, we're walking up this hill.
Yeah.
Sadly running out of breath. But the bay does sit down a bit. It's just an absolutely beautiful setting. And well worth entry fee and the time.
Oh, definitely worth it. It is a great place to snorkel. We had a great time. I'm sure there's other great snorkel spots. If you know any, let us know in the comments. We finished up at Hanauma Bay and now we are continuing along the coastline here. We just stopped off at the Halona blowhole overlook spot and we're just taking in the view of the coastline here. In the distance you can see Lanai and Molokai. I don't think you can see Maui, it's kind of hidden in the back. Next up along the coast here, we are going to hike up to Makapuʻu Point Lighthouse. It's supposed to be a really beautiful view of the ocean. There's a lighthouse and we can see Pele's chair. There's also no shade. Uphill, no shade on this hike. Just warning you, it is a hot day. And we did just sit on the beach for like 3 hours straight, so it's a little hot. We've come up pretty high. That's so pretty over there.
Wow, we're so close to the top with this view. It's been worth the whole hike. We reached the lighthouse. Well, we are up high right now, very, very high. But the view up that coast is absolutely worth it.
And the way down is already much easier.
See Maui.
You can see Maui, Molokai, and Lanai right out there. You feel a little bit less alone out here in the middle of the ocean when you can see the other islands. Otherwise it feels a little weird to be so cut off, but also very fun. Well, we have snorkeled and we have hiked. We are continuing to explore the island on this side, but we have also worked up a hunger. So somehow the day got away from us and it's almost 5 o'clock. So we are going to look for some place for dinner. So we decided to head back over to the Honolulu area and we're having dinner tonight at the Surfing Pig.
Put in our order at Surfing Pig, and Madeline's getting the burger. She's like, have I had a burger since we got here? And I said, I don't think so. So she's like, I'm getting the burger. I got the fish of the day. I ate a bunch of fish at the start of this trip and haven't really had as much recently. And they've got Ono as a catch of the day. And I had an Ono burger in Maui, and I'm really looking forward to having a whole fillet of Ono. It's a teriyaki version with some fresh vegetables. And this is an eclectic place, and we're enjoying it so far. All right, here we go. First bite of Ono. Oh no, I'm eating Ono. So I can see how you could ground it. Yeah, see how you could ground it into a burger. It's quite good.
Oh, you had an Ono burger.
I swam with a lot of fish today, so thought I'd eat one.
Well, this burger has a fried egg, it has bacon, it has onion strings, it has Gouda cheese, and I got truffle fries with it because we're just going all in. It's huge. I don't know if I can eat it all. This is a huge burger. I'm gonna need help. Oh no. I'm saying oh no for a different reason. Alright, let's just go for it. It's cooked medium. Got some grilled onions on top too. It's very good. And it's just a very big burger. The burger was delicious. Like Adam said, I have not had a burger in a long time. It really hit the spot, but he has had to help me because it was massive with so many toppings and french fries on top of it. So it was a team effort on this burger here. Well, we just finished up at the Surfing Pig. That was definitely the meal that I needed after a day of snorkeling and hiking. That burger was huge. It hit the spot, and it's a great way to end the day. Today we are in Oahu, and we have a lot on the agenda of things that we want to see. We're going to go to a Dole plantation. We are going to go to Pearl Harbor. I don't think we're going to film a lot there. We just want to take it in. And we're also going to explore up the coast a little bit. There are some resorts and some lagoons that we want to go check out. So we've got a full day planned. Let's go do it. We are at the Dole plantation. Behind me here, you can see pineapples growing. There's a train that you can get on. There's a pineapple maze that we're gonna check out. We are in the gardens right now, and there is a fee for each of them, so keep that in mind when you're visiting. But we're also gonna get some Dole Whip while we're here. That was the train. Something that I learned recently is that it takes about 18 months to grow a pineapple to full size. And it kind of makes me feel guilty when I eat pineapple now because it takes so much to grow them. But we're just gonna wander around the gardens here for a little while, and then we're gonna check out the pineapple maze and keep exploring Oahu.
Well, we have entered the world's largest maze. But I think we entered through the exit, so...
No, they're both on both sides.
Oh, there's an exit on both sides. So hopefully at the end of this maze we find some Dole Whip. This is actually a giant pineapple, and you see it from the sky. It's not really look like a pineapple from the ground. I feel like in the movie The Maze Runner.
This maze is a maze. It's a little hot and we're kind of just wandering in circles, but it's fun. Honestly, I think I underestimated the maze a little bit. Thought it seemed a little more simple than it has turned out to be.
We actually have gotten lost a few times, which I was not thinking was possible when we walked into the center. So I guess the world's largest maze did get us a little bit. Well, the real reason we're here, Dole Whip. So, I was telling Madeline, well, this will be the cheapest Dole Whip we've ever had because we don't have to buy a $130 ticket to get into Disney. Oh, they sure reminded me. No, we flew halfway across the world. Because actually, this is the most expensive Dole Whip we've ever had. But it is tasty.
So today the Plantation opened at 9:30 and we got here at about 9:40, 9:45. And when we went to check in to buy tickets for the train, it was already an hour-long wait. And since we have other things that we want to do today, we're going to Pearl Harbor, we have reservation times for that, we couldn't wait the hour for the train. I think you can see it leaving behind me, but the train takes you out into the plantation where you can see the pineapples. We decided to just do the things on the property, and we bought some pineapple. So I guess we kind of cheated.
Yeah, we won.
We're eating the pineapple, and it is delicious. Pineapple in Hawaii just tastes better. It does. The Dole Whip is delicious, but one thing that they do in Disney to their Dole Whip in the Animal Kingdom is they put a little rum float in it too. And I'm sad to say they don't do that here. We could have brought our own. It's like almost like make a little Mai Tai out of it. Next time.
Well, that's the Dole Plantation. We're gonna keep rolling here in Oahu.
We just finished up at the Dole Plantation and now we're going to head over to Pearl Harbor. Like I mentioned, we have a specific reservation time, so if you're planning on going, that's something to plan for. I don't think we're gonna take a lot of video. We're certainly not gonna vlog while we're at the memorial. We're just going to take it in, pay our respects, and then we're gonna continue on with our day here on Oahu.
Well, we're starting our day in the Olina resort area. We've got the Marriott resort right there, the Four Seasons, and Disney's resort right there. There's 4 little lagoons here, and we grabbed breakfast from McDonald's, and there's a reason for that. It's because McDonald's has a breakfast here in Hawaii that you can't get back in the mainland, and that's the local breakfast. It's got rice, eggs, Portuguese sausage, and Spam. That's pretty good. The Portuguese sausage is actually very, very good. Spam, canned ham,
was just okay.
Well, I surprisingly enjoyed that local breakfast from McDonald's. So we're gonna go find a spot to lay over here. My voice isn't working. We're gonna go find a spot to lay over here at one of the lagoons and maybe explore the hotels a little bit.
So this is Iolani, Disney's hotel. Looks like this is the pool area.
We really enjoyed our morning walking along the resorts over in that area. And we got to check out the Disney Iolani Resort, the Four Seasons, and walk around the lagoons. The lagoons are really a pretty awesome place to spend the day. Unfortunately, it was overcast and started to rain. So we are gonna keep on exploring Oahu today. And although we had some McDonald's for breakfast, some Spam for breakfast, we are going to find another spot to have brunch right now. Right now we're heading over to Waikiki Brewing Company to grab a little lunch here in Waikiki Beach.
Well, we're in downtown Honolulu. We stopped in Waikiki Brewery to get a little beer and pizza. And we're on beer number 1. It's the Craft Light. That's pretty good. I wanted to start off with a light beer, and maybe my next one will be a bit more adventurous. They've won quite a bit of awards here. It's an independent craft brewery, and we've been trying to go to a number of craft breweries here when we're in the islands of Hawaii, and so far they've all been terrific, and this one's starting off pretty good as well. So that's a red ale with a hint of jalapeno. It's actually very good. I don't think I've ever had beer with jalapeno in it. And it's kind of fitting with a jalapeno pizza. So I like it. I like it when places get adventurous with their beers, and this is certainly one of them.
Well, we really enjoyed our lunch at the Waikiki Brewing Company. It was a really fun stop here in Honolulu. We had a great time. Their beers are great, and pizza was pretty good too.
So we're back at our hotel, the Prince Waikiki here in Honolulu. We're gonna do a quick walkthrough of our room. So this is the room. Nice ocean view. King size bed. Nice bathroom too. Tonight we're dining at Helena's. It's in the Kalihi neighborhood of Honolulu, and we wanted to come and get a meal that really showed what Hawaiian food was, and pretty much all signs pointed to Helena's. Helena's actually won a James Beard Award in 2000. Their founder, Helen Chalk, started this place, and it's been open since 1946. It is truly a family business, all about Ohana here. And they have been in business for, I believe, 76 years. And we're celebrating 80 years in a few years, which is pretty amazing. And so it's still run by her grandson, and they have been visited by chefs from all over the world. And we're very excited to dine here tonight. Well, the nice part here is the food comes out really fast. And so we got our rice, but we also got a couple other treats. We got the short rib pipi kala, which is done Paniolo style. Paniolo are the cowboys here in Hawaii. And so they actually basically dry aged this. Every morning they hang it and it basically dry ages the steak. And they go through sometimes 400 or 500 short ribs a day, which is pretty impressive. We also got beef stew. That was Madeline's request. It looks really good. We got the Kahlua pork. That's pork that's been cooked in an emu or in that style, kind of the luau style. We have here the salmon. It's also covered in tomatoes. So this is a reference to the missionaries that came over to Hawaii.
I'm gonna go with the stew. I know, beef stew in Hawaii, but it looked really good in pictures and it sounds really good. Okay, let's go a little broth. Oh, that's really good. There's a lot of flavor. I mean, back home, it's cold, so kind of, you know, we're entering fall, entering stew season, so I think it's appropriate. The beef just falls apart in your mouth, and so do the vegetables. They're very soft. Everything's very well cooked. Really good.
Well, I've been waiting to try the short rib, and we're just gonna go right in. It looks delicious. It's been pretty much dry aged. It's very tender. A very intense meat flavor from that process they put it through. I see why they go through 400 a day. And you just kind of eat it like this. Oh man.
I'm kind of mixing a bunch of stuff together because they have this chili pepper water that I poured all over my rice, and it is spicy and delicious. And I put a little bit of the broth from my stew, and then we're gonna mix it with the Kahlua pork and just make a mess. That pork is really good. I think that's some of the best Kahlua pork that we've had since we've been out in Hawaii. It's so tasty. It's shredded perfectly. A nice smoky flavor. I like it with the chili pepper water. Fun. The salmon lomi. There's like little pieces of salmon in here, like diced up with the tomatoes and the onions. It's good. Like, kind of imagine like a pico de gallo, but then there's an extra salmon, smoked salmon portion. I'm just gonna add it into everything else. Get it all together. I like it. I like eating
family?
like this. I do feel like family. And everyone has a different variation of pretty much the same meal. So it's like a big community here eating dinner together.
You also get a dessert finisher. It's coconut jello. It's good. I don't know why I ordered. It's definitely coconut.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's sweet and like kind of refreshing after all the different spices and everything. Kind of calms everything down. Helena's was absolutely delicious, and if you are in the Honolulu area and you want some traditional Hawaiian food, this is the place to come. We are at the Aloha Beer Company at their Kaka'ako Brewery. So this is actually where they make their beer. The brewery is right back there. And we decided to order a flight so we can try a little bit of everything. So we got the Aloha Blonde because well. And then the Aloha Fest, which is one of their newest beers that they added to the menu. We got the Hefeweizen, which said it has a banana and clove flavor. So I think that sounds kind of interesting, a little hint of banana in my beer. And then we ordered the Red Zeppelin because Adam loves red ales and I love a clever beer name. So this is our flight here and we're just gonna work our way down.
Well, we're going blonde first. It's the lightest. I always suggest going lightest to darkest. You know, I think every craft brew spot does a blonde and has a pun on blonde. And the Aloha blonde is a pretty good pun. This is the Aloha Fest. I absolutely love this time of year, fall, and I love the idea of a Hawaiian version of Oktoberfest. Aloha Fest, I could become a big fan of that. I think it's actually become a tradition around our household. Eating Hawaiian food, drinking Hawaiian beer in October, calling it Aloha Fest. I might throw a party. You're all invited. It's only like 12 hours plane ride that way, so. And I quite like this beer. In fact, it's a specialty beer right now they have, and people have been coming in with growlers, and I would be filling up growlers of that and drinking it all month long because it's that good.
Hefeweizen.
So this is the Hefeweizen. It's actually a lighter color beer. I think it's probably a little heavier. Ooh. That's really good.
Enjoyed this flight here. All 4 beers we had at Aloha Beer Co. were really good. And if I lived in Honolulu, I'd be here all the time with my growler, filling up on their different seasonal beers and my favorites.
We are in Honolulu and we are going to do a bit of a food crawl. We are at Scratch Kitchen. Now, the one meal that we have not gotten here yet in Hawaii in the weeks we've been here is Loco Moco. And traditionally, that comes with eggs on top of hamburger with gravy and rice. Here at Scratch Kitchen, I ordered something a little bit different. It does have eggs on it, it has rice, but it comes with an adobo pork instead of a burger, and I'm pretty excited about that. And Adam ordered pancakes. We have not had pancakes at all in Hawaii. He ordered the milk and cereal pancakes, which comes with Fruity Pebbles and cornflakes on top. Someone at a table behind us ordered it, and it looked beautiful, and I think that's why he chose it. So I'm pretty excited for those to come out, just for how they're gonna look.
Well, I've given up on the beach body for 2021. That's why we have this meal right here. Now, this is 4 pancakes topped with bananas, strawberries, blueberries. Those are healthy. The Fruity Pebbles and the Frosted Flakes, not so much. This is also milk syrup. Those are really fluffy pancakes. I actually like the milk syrup, though it's not as good as Vermont maple syrup, straight from the source. This is the right choice. Breakfast, pancakes, and Coca-Cola.
This is my Loco Moco. I've got 2 sunny side eggs up on top of this adobo pork under here. Lots of rice and a kind of a sweeter gravy. There's a lot of different versions of this dish, and so everyone kind of does their own twist and tries to modernize it. So let's go right here. Let's get that going there. Yes. What?
That's its own kind of gravy.
It is its own kind of gravy. All right. It's really good. The egg yolk on the rice is really good. Like I said, the gravy on here is kind of sweet. Pork is good. I was thinking adobo would be spicy. It's not spicy. It's got some good flavor. It's good mixed in with everything. It's a very hearty, filling breakfast. I think if maybe if you went out surfing, you came back, you were really hungry. This would probably be
It's not how they keep their bodies.
It's not how they keep their bodies, but you work up a big hunger when you're surfing. So, or you're hiking, or you're out doing things. It's about balance. So, if you work up a big hunger at the beach, I could see this being a very hearty meal.
Couldn't finish it. It's good. There's a lot of pancakes. It's definitely not a short stack. But I will say this. I was really surprised at how much I like the Fruity Pebbles on the pancakes. It just worked really well.
Scratch Kitchen was a great brunch stop today. We were just saying, like, if we lived in Honolulu, we would be eating here all the time because their menu is awesome. So if you're in the area, I would head over to Scratch Kitchen.
I've been to Shake Shack in New York, and I've been to Crack Shack, that's a chicken place, in San Diego. So when I was in Waikiki Beach and saw a place called Steak Shack, I thought, well, I want to look it up. They had pretty good reviews, so I thought, let's check it out. 12-ounce steak plate, medium rare, and then also one chicken plate. So we got a 10-ounce steak plate and we got a 6-ounce chicken plate. We're gonna split it a bit, but I'm gonna dive right in. It's a Steak Shack, so I'm going steak. They give you a little sauce. You get a little rice. A nice piece of steak right there. It's definitely medium rare. It's really well seasoned. And that's a good sauce. I think it's kind of like a teriyaki sauce. We've loved the food in Hawaii, but any chance we're getting to have greens or vegetables, we are fully taking advantage of.
So yes, it is the Steak Shack, but I went with chicken. We're gonna mix and match, like Adam said. He got steak, I got chicken. Looks great. 6 ounces of chicken looks just as much as the steak, so it's a huge portion. And let's just go pure chicken here. It's really good. And you really can't beat that view right here. Big giant place of steak and chicken.
We really know how to eat at the beach, don't we?
Yeah, I don't think we are. We're not trying to be skinny here in Hawaii. Well, that was a delicious lunch. I could not finish mine. Adam very impressively ate his whole plate of steak, so that should tell you how good this place is. Now we're going to head back to our hotel, enjoy the pool for a little while, and pick out a spot for dinner.
Pretty much all week we've been killing time in the afternoon back at our hotel because we stayed at some hotels here in Honolulu that have some really nice pools, and on the other islands we kind of stayed in the smaller areas, and obviously Honolulu is the biggest city by far in Hawaii, and we just kind of felt like taking advantage of it, and we didn't really show it off very much. We didn't want to show the hotels off because they're pretty nice, so you know, you can kind of combine the resort and Hawaii here in Honolulu, and we chose to do that this week. We got some fun dinner plans tonight though, and looking forward to going and eating some more delicious food here in Oahu. We haven't done too much nightlife here in Hawaii because being at the beach all day takes a lot out of you. But tonight in Honolulu, we're gonna go do a little food crawl, and it's a lively atmosphere here. It's looking pretty fun.
Right now we are outside of Maguro Bros. It is a poke spot. It is takeout, so we're waiting outside. The special today was bluefin tuna, and that's what we went with.
This is the bluefin tuna. It's supposed to be fattier than the yellowfin, so more of a delicacy. And so this really isn't poke. It's close.
compared to ahi, yellowfin. It's definitely a fattier. Almost looks like a marbled steak. And it kind of melts in your mouth. It's kind of crazy. It's like the Wagyu beef of the sea. If you don't talk about an area of food that I almost have no expertise in, it's sashimi and the different cuts of fish that's used in sashimi. I basically know tuna, salmon, the basic ones you can get in the Midwest that are packed on ice and not fresh like this. Get some rice. If you know more about this stuff and know what this yellow thing is, please let us know. So we're going rice, yellow pad. It's kind of sweet. It kind of tastes like an egg. That might be what it is.
It looks like fruit.
I know, but it could be fruit. But there's like an egg consistency to it as well. So let's go. Oh, I missed the rice. Let's go buy food. I like this spot. In warm weather areas, I like getting takeout food and just kind of eating outside. Hawaii definitely qualifies as a warm weather area. Last bite of bluefin tuna on a street food tour in Waikiki in Honolulu. I wanted to eat a lot of fish while I was here in Hawaii. I think I've had 8 different types. I know there's a lot more than what I've accomplished to find. That didn't make sense. There's a lot more types of fish than what I've managed to find, but fish is fresh. The fish is so fresh here, and I feel like mission accomplished in my goal to eat as much fish as possible. Maguro Bros, great stop for poke or fresh fish. We're gonna keep rolling here on a little street food tour in Honolulu. The next stop on our street food tour is Marukame Udon. This is a Japanese restaurant you can take out, you can dine in. I think we're gonna dine in. They've got noodles and a whole bunch of other stuff. We're gonna figure out what we're gonna order. We've been looking forward to this one. This is one of the highest reviewed places in Honolulu, and I think all of Hawaii. And
The line's all the way down the block.
the line is all the way down the block. But we waited. The larger size.
Right here. So we got these beef noodles. It's a huge bowl. And egg noodles, broth, and then a thinly shaved beef. I'm gonna just try broth first. Well, trying to figure out the best way to go in here. It's not this.
Build it.
Okay, we're gonna get some noodle here going. Okay, let's just go in. It's not gonna be graceful. Oh, that's good. The broth is really good. It's got like umami flavor. And the noodles are a really thick egg noodle. We saw them like pulling them out earlier and packing them all up. Really, really good. It's like a really dense noodle. And the beef is shaved really thin. There's onions in here too. We are splitting this because it is a huge bowl. I could probably eat a whole one on my own though because I'm really enjoying it. And luckily it cooled off outside, so it's not hot while I'm eating it.
Well, when you get in here, you order your noodles or your bowls first, and then you kind of grab your tray and you go along the line. They got a big line of tempura that you can choose from. They also had a what looks like a McDonald's hash brown. This is the potato tempura. It's a lot better than McDonald's hash brown. Everything so far just has a really rich flavor. And I've been saying this a lot, but if I lived in Honolulu, I'd eat here a lot. This whole piece, it's not a vacuum. That is, I think, how they cook the noodles quickly. Anyway, if I lived in Honolulu, I'd eat here a lot. This whole feast cost us like $14.50. It's gonna keep us full. Although we might go to another place after this, because there's a street food tour. This is the big chicken katsu. It's chicken that is deep fried. Opa! This is the big chicken katsu. Love katsu wherever I can get it. This is a lively atmosphere in here. It's quite fun. Look at that. Madeline's gonna like this. Well, I might give her a bellyache. The noodle is actually a sanuki noodle. It's from the Pagawa region of Japan, which is in the southern part of Japan. We just talked to one of the very nice individuals who works here, and he explained their entire process about how these noodles in the Pagawa region are handmade. They actually figured out a way to make these noodles by machine here without losing any quality. And they're a thicker noodle, so when they go in that broth, they don't get soggy right away. That noodle actually just soaks up that broth, and it kind of gets better as you start eating the bowl.
We just finished up at Marukame Udon. It was absolutely delicious. Those noodles are top notch. It was a little busy, so just be prepared to wait in line, and it is totally worth the wait. Now we're going to keep on eating here in Honolulu, and we're going to get some shave ice.
We're at Ice Monster here in Honolulu. They have giant shave ice. We said, let's get a small sweet treat. We failed. If I've learned one thing in life, I always get the small. That's dirt pleasure. Because even though smalls are huge, this is of course the biggest small I've ever seen in my life. This is the strawberry sensation. That's strawberry shave ice. It's very intense strawberry flavor. I also put strawberry sorbet on here. So, and real strawberries. So, not a lack of strawberry.
So we got to see how they make it too. She just pulled the block out and put it in like a blender, and it just and it all just dropped into the cup. And it has a lot of strawberry flavor. I really like the strawberries on here. They're kind of like they're like sweet. I think they're kind of in a syrup. They're really good. Oh, sorry. The sorbet, I'm assuming it's different strawberry flavor. Oh yeah, it's a different consistency too. This is really good. They had a bunch of other flavors too. They had matcha, they had coffee. The coffee sounded good, but we both agreed strawberry was the winner. Look at that one. I really don't know if we're going to be able to finish all of this. Especially since I have a belly full of soup after all my broth. Well, Ice Monster was a fun way to end our little food tour here in Honolulu. We've just had such a great time in this city and eaten so many great meals that it's going to be hard to leave.
Well, this is a very sad end to our trip to Hawaii. Sad only because we're leaving, but we had an amazing time from the beaches, the mountains, the food, the history, people. We will miss Hawaii. And thanks for making it this far. Be sure to subscribe. Since you made it this far, you must like us a little bit.